thế nọ
và
thế trai, thế này thế khác.
lui thường xuyên.
Họ sống như những con tin, những con tin bị lệ thuộc tư tưởng. Và vì vậy quý vị biết đấy, ở trong lịch sử nó có cái hội chứng Stockholm rất thú vị. Và những cái người dân ở những cái thể chế như thế này thì họ bị mắc những hội chứng này rất là sâu. Một toán cướp ngân hàng ở Stockholm, Thụy Điển. Rồi khi mà cảnh sát giải cứu những con tin này thì họ đột nhiên trở nên là rất yêu quý cái toán cướp này. Thậm chí có người sẵn sàng đợi những tên cướp này bị tống vào tù rồi ra tù và sẽ kết hôn với anh ta. Người ta rất ngạc nhiên tại sao lại như vậy. Và sau đó thì họ mới phát hiện ra rằng khi mà con người ta bị dồn vào một cái tình thế mà gần như lúc nào cũng có thể là bị sát hại, đến một lúc nào đó kẻ bắt cóc phải nới lỏng ra hoặc thậm chí là ban cho họ một cái ơn huệ nhỏ nhoi thì họ sẽ lập tức là quay sang là biết ơn kẻ bắt cóc. Cái tâm lý lệ thuộc vào những kẻ bắt cóc này, đầu tiên thì họ tỏ ra là rất đáng sợ, rất là khủng bố ấy. Để có thể sẵn sàng đoạt mạng quý vị bất cứ lúc nào. Nên chỉ cần một chút nào đó họ nới lỏng ra, thực ra là quý vị vẫn đang bị gò ép một cách bất công và quý vị có quyền được sống tự do như tất cả mọi người. Quý vị bị gò ép một cách rất bất công. Thì khi mà họ chỉ cần nới lỏng ra một chút thôi là quý vị sẽ trở nên là phục tùng và biết ơn họ một cách giống như là thân thành.
Mẹ anh chạy nó ép qua đây. Gì đấy, một len hai len này trời. Oh shit. Rồi. Trời ơi, police gì chứ ghê.
Vâng, chắc là hôm nay Vũ Hoàng xin được dừng buổi livestream xuống một chút. Cus có phải là cái bẫy lớn với người Nga hay không? Sẽ có những trận đánh lớn của Cus sẽ xảy ra hay không? Chúng ta sẽ phải chờ đợi ít ngày tới. Nhưng Hoàng nghĩ là nó vẫn sẽ sôi động. Nó vẫn sẽ sôi động. Mặc dù dùng cái từ này trong cái hoàn cảnh chiến tranh hiện tại rất khốc liệt, có phần nào nó đằng chẳng đứng. Nhưng chúng ta sẽ vẫn phải chú ý đến Cus thời gian tới quý vị. Còn bây giờ thì xin chúc quý vị ngủ ngon. Xin cảm ơn quý vị đã quan tâm theo dõi. Và số 1 của Hoàng xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.
The 560 KSFO. Find out everything you need to know about your favorite radio station on the Talk Radio 560 KSFO website. It's all at KSFO.com. Attention homeowners with solar panels. You just had a chance to put solar panels on your roof. In fact, you'd love to add more panels, but are afraid you'll lose your net metering status. You're looking to lock it in. You've been told you can't add more panels without losing your current net metering. You're out in the cold. Not true. Bay Area homeowners can now add almost as many new panels to your home as you want and not get kicked off your current net metering. Local veteran-owned Semper Solaris is on a mission to help you achieve energy independence. Semper Solaris is offering Bay Area homeowners zero down, zero interest, zero payments for 18 months, plus a $500 digital coupon, $500 military and first responder discount, and a 30% federal tax credit, and you're on your way to true energy independence. Call Semper Solaris now. Call 415-354-2969, 415-354-2969, or visit sempersolaris.com. Approved credit restrictions apply. See website for details. Expires 8/31/24. CSRB number 978-152.
Sure by now you've heard about Dr. John Filippini, the Dan-Built Disc Doctor, and his huge success rate with treating chronic neck and back pain. You've probably been told that dangerous drugs, injections, and surgeries are your only options. Folks, just because traditional medicine doesn't have the ability to repair damaged joints and discs without surgery, it doesn't mean it can't be done. In fact, there are hundreds of studies and thousands of patient success stories that prove just the opposite. If you're suffering with any type of neck or back pain, whether it's a bulging disc, sciatica, spinal stenosis, or arthritis, you can get 80 to 100% relief in just a few days to a few months. Find out more by going to danbuiltdiscdoctor.com or call 925-403-4826 to get in on his $39 exam special. Stop suffering. Let this be the year you get your health, your youth, and your life back. See what your options are at danbuiltdiscdoctor.com. Schedule online. 403-4826.
Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no craving. My knee pain went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad is that it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435, 888-400-0435.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
7-0. Driving liberal elites crazy with a dose of common sense. This is the Mark Levin Show. The Mark Levin Show. America's passionately cerebral voice. Talk with that voice now. 877-381-3811.
Kamala Harris tomorrow is going to give some kind of prepared, orchestrated, staged speech about the economy. She's going to try and tell you things you want to hear. She's going to try and deflect blame. She's going to tell you how she and Biden and the regime have done so many fantastic things and that she wants to build on them. How they've increased employment, how they've lowered inflation, how they've done this and that. Folks, just don't be played for fools. You know what's going on. If you're going to a doctor, if you're going to a grocery store, if you're going to a gas station, if you're getting your car fixed, if you're buying school supplies, new clothes for your kids, you know what's going on. You see it. When you drive for a fast food restaurant, Have you ever seen prices like this in your life? Well, are you better off today than you were under Donald Trump? The answer is no. And so Kamala Harris's job is not to reveal herself. Kamala Harris's job is to lie to you, to get your vote. That's all she wants. That's all she wants. And they're changing the voting system. They're changing the voters. That's what the New York Times said. They're changing the voters. They're changing the registration system so that if they win the next election, there's no turning back. It won't matter. Susan Rice is a diabolical, poisonous, radical, Marxist, Islamist leftist.
Đi xong nhắn bạn nha. Gọi phone nha.
Rồi xong rồi con ra ngoài đây con gọi.
Gọi đi đứng chờ.
Something like this, and they all have some, but he takes charge of what is being said. You know where he stands. It's unequivocal. This is really a complete disservice to the American people, the voters, and to the small d democratic process. It's a complete farce. This is a farce. This is how dictators get elected. We have a right to know because she's flipping her positions. The problem is we already know. We have a right for our fellow citizens who are not informed and who are not focused, who might start to pay some attention. We have a right for them to know so they don't cancel our vote. We don't need overpaid big mouths like this telling us they've gone to rallies, that's not the question. And so you need to ask your friends and neighbors and family members who aren't sure who they're voting for or leaning towards Harris. You know, she's very positive. She's very, say, well, give me 3 things that she stands for. Without mentioning Donald Trump, just give me 3 things on why she's so good. Well, she's Joyce. No, she's not. She's considered hateful and nasty. Her own staff. Well, she wants to secure the border. No, she doesn't. So you can educate her. Because you're going to have to do it. Each one of you. You're going to have to be the Paul Revere's and the Thomas Paines. Because nobody's coming on their horse to bail us out. It's us, we the people, versus the propagandists and their media. That's it. Now we can do this word of mouth under the radar. You don't have to do a lot of fanfare. We don't need any money to pick up a cell phone or to send a text or an email. But you have to do it. Not just hear me say you have to do it, you have to do it. You got to make a little project out of it. Go ahead.
To make sure that we can have a deep dive conversation about the vision that Kamala Harris has for where she wants to take this country and the contrast that we're going to have with Donald Trump.
Vision, contrast. He has no vision. And the contrast, I mean, we're waiting for the contrast. Don't you see? That's the whole point. Yeah, he sees, but he's not interested. She'll get around to it after she is pumped up with one-liners. She'll be ready for the debates. You know, conservatives and Republicans and Trump supporters shouldn't downplay that. She'll have her one-liners ready. She'll have her media moderators ready. She'll have the whole thing ready. It turns out that one of the executives at ABC News has been a multi-decade close friend of Doug, her husband, who's Jewish, by the way, and her. Well, that's a conflict of interest. No, Sean. No wonder they love ABC News. These are strange times. In fact, these are sick times. They're getting sicker by the day. Sicker by the day. The economy is unstable. People are struggling. They're stressed. Overseas, apparently we've now decided to give up the names of 10 Israeli spies to the Islamo-Nazi regime in Iran. We had a delegation, a senior delegation, secretly go to Tehran through Turkey to give up Israeli spies? Times like this, ladies and gentlemen, You can't just be an observer. You got to look around. You got to protect your own finances. Because yes, unfortunately, politics, national security affect the economy, which affects you. It's called wealth preservation through diversification. It's been going on for millennia. That's why you need gold. And I know Advantage Gold. They're the best of the best. Advantage Gold experts get the whole dance between politics and economics. I trust these folks. Call them at 800-900-8000. Get a free gold investment kit. Help protect your wealth with Advantage Gold. 800-900-8000. Mention my name and you might qualify for $1,000 in free silver. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial tax professional. Again, 800-900-8000. Don't wait. I'll be right back.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance. And you better watch out, because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Plus rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-682-9964. 800-682-9964. 800-682-9964. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, I'm Sherry Harris, owner of Life Source Water. As we celebrate 40 years of business, we send a warm thank you to our clients for trusting us with such an important part of your life, the water in your home. As a mom and new grandmother, knowing my family has clean, safe water without chlorine and chloramine gives me peace of mind. Every time my family turns on the tap, our water tastes great, feels refreshing, and makes our hair shine and our skin glow. At Life Source, we build it, install it, and stand behind every single product, and we always will. So let us give your family the quality water they deserve. Tap into a better life. Contact a factory rep for our best pricing and free installation today. Call 1-800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com.
Find out everything you need to know about your favorite radio station on the Talk Radio 560 KSFO website. It's all at KSFO.com.
Another try. I'm Lisa Becerra, Fox News. Another round of negotiations for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, but there's concerns Hamas may not even show up.
The U.S., including CIA directors, Egypt, and Qatar, will meet with the truce talks, with Israel confirming it's sending a delegation to Doha. Hamas leaders say they won't attend. A Hamas official has reportedly lost faith in the U.S.'s ability to work out a deal, saying they'll only join the talks if the previous plan detailed by President Biden is implemented. Both Israel and Hamas have at various points proposed changes, causing both to accuse the other of creating hurdles. But the Qataris have assured the U.S. Hamas will be represented.
Fox's Jeff Paul in Tel Aviv. This as the U.S. has moved additional assets into the Middle East as Iran continues to threaten Israel.
We know that they've indicated that they will retaliate, so we've got to take that extremely seriously. We've got to make sure that we have the capability and capacity to protect our forces, to defend Israel should it be attacked, and also to send a very loud and clear message of deterrence.
Pentagon spokesman General Pat Ryder. Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance says he's willing to debate his Democratic rival.
I actually think we should do more than one debate, so hopefully we're going to see him on October 1st, but hopefully we're going to see him either before or after that, because I think it's important for the American people to actually see us discuss our views.
Vance, speaking to Fox's Laura Ingraham, Wall said earlier today that he agreed to a debate with Vance on October 1st. U.S.-funded flight flights will begin this month to repatriate migrants illegally crossing into Panama through the Darien jungle. President Biden made the announcement in a phone call with the president of Panama. In July, Panama and the U.S. agreed to the flights as part of a deal aimed at curbing illegal migration through the region. The rate of inflation has fallen to a 3-year low, clearing the way for the Fed to cut interest rates. America's listening to Fox News.
NYPD officer Jonathan Diller's tragic story made national headlines this year. Now, Jonathan was shot and killed by a career criminal during a traffic stop. Jonathan, who's just 31 years old, leaves behind his wife Stephanie and 1-year-old son Ryan. Now, nothing will ever replace the loss of a husband and a father, but the Tunnel to Towers Foundation was able to pay off the mortgage on the Diller family's home. Please commit to $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Progressive knows when you own a boat, life on land is a tough sell. Come on down to Land. It's the place where you get to do so much waiting. You can wait in traffic, drive-thrus. You can even wait at the doctor's in a room specifically made for waiting. It's Land, baby. Come and sit patiently for a while, then wait even longer. It's Land. Life on a boat is way more relaxing, and it's even more relaxing when you protect your boat with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, #1 rating based on 2022 boat market share data from rate filings. KSFO traffic from the Chilton Auto Body Desk.
We have a 2-car wreck in San Bruno, southbound 280 before Sneath Lane. It is on the shoulder, but you're backed up from Avalon Drive. Sunnyvale, a crash cleared from lanes, eastbound 237 after Lawrence Expressway. Back up from Mott Avenue, costing you 10 to 15 minutes. And then San Jose, south 880 after Bascom, a wreck in the right lane.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 5-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I'm groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
It's time to live out what you believe in. Listen to the Jack Hicks Show every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. right here on 560 KSFO.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. Together we can unite in the fight against Parkinson's disease in a safe but exciting and fun way. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register at movingdaywalk.org.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally, commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
He's here. Now broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our Power Hour. Hour number 3. We love it. Our number is 877-381-3811. Well, I have two views of what's going on. And I admit it creates a perplexing situation when you have a candidate who's actually running against the American people. And that's what's taking place. We're supposed to be the freest country on the face of the earth. We're supposed to have democratic elections in a constitutional republic. We're supposed to have a knowledgeable population, so when people vote, they know what they're voting for or against. That's not what we have this election. Kamala Harris is running the Vladimir Putin election. She's running a dictator's election. They're creating impressions like Topol. She's the angel. Her opponent is the devil. Her positions, original positions, are unknown to the vast majority of the voters. But she's changing them just in case, but not with her own mouth, through edicts, that is, statements, press releases, hate grifters. She'll give a statement on the economy tomorrow. It'll mean nothing. It'll be propaganda. It'll be hype. It'll be, listen carefully, it's going to be Marxist class warfare populism. But not all is lost, America. Not all is lost. Harry Enten, the senior data reporter on CNN yesterday, while he was attacking Trump and also pointing out he's not in the position he was when he was up against Mr. Dementia. Now he's just up against Ms. Stupid. But nonetheless, let's take a listen, and then I want to compare that to something else. Cut 7, go.
Let's talk about enthusiasm and how that translates actually. We are right away down the gap, 3 months for that.
Yeah, yesterday I was mentioning, the enthusiasm for the Democratic ticket was up. But that enthusiasm is not the same thing as going out to actually vote. And there's a different question, which essentially says, how certain are you actually going to go out and vote? And this is the top range, almost certain to vote. Again, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. This is among registered voters. Look at this. Look at Kamala Harris now compared to where Joe Biden was back in May. In fact, 62% of Joe Biden voters said they were almost certain to turn out and vote. Now, it's actually gone down a little bit. I would call this in the same general area at 61%, but it's basically unchanged. And look at Donald Trump. He was at 58% in May. He's actually gone up a little bit now. He's at 60% now. Again, basically no real change. So the bottom line here is, yes, there may be more enthusiasm for Kamala Harris, but the fact is we're not seeing that necessarily translate in the almost certain vote. And one little other note, Sarah, I will note this. Donald Trump is more popular today than he was on August 13th in either 2020 or 2016. So the bottom line is, yes, Kamala Harris is doing better in the polls, but there's a long way to go. The polls can shift. The almost certain vote hasn't actually shifted, and Donald Trump is more popular than he was at either 2016 or 2020 at this point.
So there's a lot of reason to be upset with what's taking place, not to be a Pollyanna or moron and ignore it all, but to confront it and address it and talk among ourselves about it as well. But that doesn't mean all is lost either. Now the polls have shifted. We have a piece here by our, let's see here. I just had it. Just bear with me. We're live and national. Let's see, bear with me. Maybe I won't find, oh, there it is. My buddy Paul Bedard, he's a real journalist. Media's pro-Harris hype affecting polls hard. Media hype of Vice President Kamala Harris. Washington Examiner, Bedard, since she entered the presidential race, is now showing evidence of shifting in the polls and the election in her favor. The reason is simple. Mostly left-leaning press are focusing on the vice president's joyful campaign and sharpening their attacks on former President Donald Trump. Consider voters say they're being overwhelmed with Harris honeymoon coverage. The Tuesday morning Consult polling note, voters say they have heard something positive about Harris far more than of Trump. The gap is double digits, 47 to 33%. This is what propaganda in a totalitarian regime is like. Here's the analysis. Harris's media honeymoon rolls on for the third week running since launching her presidential campaign. And keep in mind, nobody's ever voted for her. Not for president. Not one person, not once. Voters remained more likely to say they heard something positive, 47%, than negative, 33% about Harris, by a double-digit margin. Now, they don't know why. Her net buzz rating, the share of voters who heard something positive minus the share heard something negative, beats Trump's rating from last week by a whopping 33 points. Not even New York City lefties buy CNN as objective, writes Brent Baker of MRC. And he points to the Colbert show where this Caitlin Collins, this buffoonish, phony reporter at CNN, where the audience laughed. These are clapping seals for Colbert. In the head-to-head poll, it also shows Harris up over Trump 47 to 44%, though the lead is down 1 point since the vice president's all-time 4-point lead. This is why don't go to the roof and jump off. Don't be dispirited. Be engaged. The liberal media's promotion of Harris has drawn scorn from conservative news outlets and media critics. Some, for example, compared the coverage of Trump and Harris on identical issues and found that the Republican is criticized while the Democrat is praised. That happened on promises by both to eliminate taxes on tips. Trump's much earlier promises were criticized as costly to the U.S. Treasury, while the identical Harris pledge was presented as a victory for blue-collar workers. Imagine. What's more, the media have shown to be unapologetically activist for Harris. A Washington Post White House reporter. Did you see that, Mr. Producer? This Washington Post reporter, you were out. He asks the spokes-idiot for the idiot, is the White House, the administration, going to do something, basically to protect the public from Trump in this Musk interview where Trump can pretty much say whatever he wants? Are they going to do something about it? What? This Washington Post White House reporter pushed for Biden's press secretary money to stop the interview of Trump by Elon Musk on his X platform. Pretty shocking, don't you think, America? Not for the media. They do this all the time. Remember when Schmuck Todd was the Meet the Press guy and said, I'm declaring here, far and wide, that I'll meet with the press on MSLSD and NBC. We will not have any climate deniers. Climate change is a fact. No climate deniers. Now, we literally have some of the top brainiacs in the world at MIT, at Oxford.
Nếu các bạn thì nhiều cái khác mùa ha.
Thế có xin nó review cũng được.
Nó ra review. Gọi là nó.
And of course, the Schmuck Todd couldn't hold a candle to their intelligence. He can't hold a candle to the intelligence of a snail. But nonetheless, so no, we're not going to hear from them. Period. So all is not lost was wind up with Nazi literally in order to defeat her.
Xoa chán nhiều hơn để giảm nếp nhăn. Xoa tay nhiều tốt cho thận. Xoa thái dương nhiều hơn sẽ giảm tóc bạc. Tốt hơn nữa bạn nên xoa cằm và mặt thường xuyên hơn. Xoa mũi thường xuyên tốt cho phổi. Xoa chán nhiều hơn để giảm nếp nhăn. Xoa tay nhiều tốt cho thận. Xoa thái dương nhiều hơn sẽ giảm tóc bạc. Tốt hơn nữa bạn nên xoa cằm và mặt thường xuyên hơn. Xoa mũi thường xuyên tốt cho phổi. Xoa chán nhiều hơn để giảm nếp nhăn. Xoa tay nhiều tốt cho thận. Xoa thái dương nhiều hơn sẽ giảm tóc bạc. Tốt hơn nữa bạn nên xoa cằm và mặt thường xuyên hơn. Xoa mũi thường xuyên tốt cho phổi. Xoa
He was a member of the teachers union. Now, our union friends out there know there's a difference between, let's say, somebody in the teachers union and somebody who's in the police union and the fire union and somebody who's in the construction union or the electrical and plumbing unions and so forth, and there's a difference. Now that said, about 35% of the teachers are Republicans who are forced to be members of these unions in most states. So when a guy talks like that, it means nothing. Nothing. How come he doesn't go behind the microphone and say, yes, I signed a bill that gave civil rights protection to pedophiles, and I'm proud of it. Yes, I signed an abortion bill that eliminated parental notification and allowed abortion right up to the last second of birth. Yes, I signed a bill that excluded parents, including you women out there, and you know we stand with you when we can, that allows the state to make the final determination on the genitalia of your child. If the state disagrees with you, or if the child has escaped your state and gone to our state in Minnesota. How come he doesn't campaign on those issues? How come he doesn't campaign and come out and say, yes, I served for 24 years and I'm damn proud of the fact that when the rubber hit the road, that when my unit that was under me got notice it was going to be deployed to Iraq, I ran to the back of the line, boy, and I got out of there as fast as I could. If he's proud of it, why doesn't he say it? Why doesn't he say, you're damn right that I'm praised as the great teacher and imam, a racist, anti-Semitic imam that was pushing Hitler propaganda, who thought October 7th was perfectly fine. That's right, that's my buddy. And I gave $100,000 in Minnesota tax dollars just to prove it. I'm proud of it. Why do they run away from the records, America? Why doesn't Kamala Harris come out and say, yes, all those little boys who were molested by priests in San Francisco, who sought my help, I said no, and I'm proud of it. And then later, when they brought civil suits and they wanted records, and I utterly ignored their contact, I am proud as hell of it. And yes, I supported Proposition 47, which in short led to all the thievery, all the store closings, all the theft that's taken place throughout the state of California, and you better believe I am proud of it. And yes, I locked up marijuana smokers. Yes, I'm proud of it. Even though now I call for legalizing marijuana. You get it? Why don't they run on their damn records? Because, you know why? They would get creamed. And they'll oppose the record if they manage to squeeze their way through this election.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no coverage at all. These days, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of the biggest expenses can be your car, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan. You could save thousands with one call to CarShield. Call